Sunyshore Station is back and better than ever. Let's get into it. It's always sunny at Sunyshore Station. How's it going, everyone? Fus Dab back with another episode of Sunyshore Station. Yes, that's right. The podcast has returned. I apologize for letting it fall away. Life gets busy, but we are back and better than ever. Boy, howdy. And usually we would be followed by our lovely co-host, Lonely Hermit. But times change, and Hermit is an awesome co-host. But living so many time zones apart is very hard to collaborate with. So we have a very special guest today who is taking the reins of co-host, a person that a lot of you guys OGs on the channel would recognize the name, Tylerthegrey. Say hello.
What is up, people? I'm excited to get going on this. Little bit nervous to get going, but it's like a little bit like riding a bike. You know what I'm saying? we get on with it, you know.
Let's just hope it's not the part where you trip and fall with the bike, or you hit a stick and flip your handlebars over.
Yeah, the old Indiana Jones treatment.
You're gonna do great. You're gonna do great. We believe in you, Tyler. Like I said, guys, Hermit was amazing to work with, and we'll definitely have him back as a guest on the podcast. But being so many time zones apart really made it difficult to be able to schedule things. So Tyler being pretty close and wanting to get back into the scene of podcasting makes it very easy for us to have a great time. So we're going to go ahead and get this introduction started, and we'll talk a little bit about ourselves so you guys can get to know Tyler. For those who are brand new here, or a little bit new, don't really remember Tyler. He actually was my original stream partner back before we did mostly Pokemon, and now we're doing a little bit more variety. It's kind of make a triumphant return of Tyler, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I remember the days back in the Spada gaming days. We were streaming some Minecraft, some good old GTA, some Red Dead. Those were good days. Wow. Those were good days. This was pre-COVID. So for those who don't know, Tyler and I, we were variety streamers. Tyler has since paused his channel a little bit, but he's thinking about making a triumphant return here soon. The podcast is that first bit of that triumphant return, and I do mean triumphant because they're not on YouTube anymore, but a lot of our old streams were chaotic and fun, and oh my god,
they were hilarious. I mean, we spent just so you guys know, Tyler and I have spent hundreds, if not thousands, of hours in Minecraft alone on stream.
Yeah, we also did a fair amount of prep for those streams back in the day.
Oh yeah,
as well.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Just thinking about Mission Minecraft and building the castle, just the mining alone, because we did all that in survival.
Yeah,
that's the craziest thing. We built I want to say how big do you think that thing was? How many millions of blocks was that?
I can't even think. Are you talking about the
castle wall
or the wall? The castle wall, yeah.
The wall and the towers, everything.
Yeah, because that was the time we were doing, I think, 2 streams a week, and for those Minecraft things.
Yeah.
Just shenanigans in Minecraft. It was a lot of fun. We had good old Oil Swan. Good old.
Oh man, we'll have to get Walker in on the podcast one day.
We need to.
Oh
we
man,
really do.
We called him Oil Swan, guys, just for this story's funny. So
Majestic.
I've never met somebody so graceful yet so destructive in my life. He's a swan covered in oil is what we joked around. And I mean, just watching him do the parkour was just a stream in and of itself.
Oh yeah, then the presidential football. And,
oh my goodness, we had a button. If anyone would tell us to press the button, it would literally just kill Walker's character. It was tied to a command block. What a good time.
Oh boy, yeah, good times.
Good reflection. We could have a whole episode based off of reflection. But I wanted to tell you that you know, Tyler and I have a good history with streaming, and as you can see, there's a lot of stories and a lot of memories associated with it. But I just wanted to tell everyone, we'll walk everyone through how we actually became friends and a little bit about us together, and then that way you'll know what we're talking about and who we are as people as you're listening to us, because we have a lot of really cool things planned for you guys. But Tyler, do you recall how we ended up being friends on the PlayStation?
I believe Andrew, our buddy Andrew, introduced us, and Andrew had to leave pretty much immediately as he introduced us, and it was just me and this guy over here in the party. You know what I mean? Just started chilling for a little bit. I think that's how it occurred.
Yeah, I remember we had gotten on for a little bit because we were playing GTA and we were doing some missions and stuff like that, just helping each other out with the businesses in the game. And then I saw that you were online again like another day, and I was waiting on Walker because Walker was out of town, and we just hopped into a party. And I remember because I was like, Walker, come back, we need to make a little business sale. And he's like, I can't, my dad's in the hospital. And we were like messaging him and giving him like a hard time, even though his dad was in the hospital. We were like,
oh, no.
his dad, just for clarification, his dad's fine. It was just like it was a minor thing, but we were giving him a hard time. Come on, man, come back, come play GTA with us. we were heckling him. But Tyler and I think we spent like what I want to say like 7 hours in that call, 7 or 8 hours. We played till like 4 a.m. or something like that, just playing the game.
Those are the days.
I know, right? And that was pretty much how we became really good friends. And then hundreds of hours later in streams and stuff like that, the streaming from literally hours after coming home from work and stuff like that was like the best thing in the world.
For sure.
So we became really good friends after bonding over heckling Walker. And Tyler has since then we actually went to our buddy Andrew's wedding and got to meet in person because we met on the PlayStation, so we didn't really know each other in person, but then we met in person. And then I'm like when it's time for Jordan and I to get married, and I was thinking about my groom's party and stuff like that. I was like, I've literally spent more time with this human being than I've spent with my sibling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny.
So he ended up being my best man for the wedding.
Yeah, I remember we were having a lunch together, and you asked me, and I was like, yes, indeed. Yeah, I don't remember my exact words, but it was just
I remember
fun
you slamming your hands on the table and almost spilling over the drink that you had. You're like, yes, absolutely.
Man, I remember though, I started thinking about what we wanted to do for your bachelor party at that point, and boy, the bachelor party was a lot of fun, if I do say so myself.
We could have a whole episode on that too, just talking about the good food and stuff. The food by itself was ridiculous. We had such a good time. But the point is that we haven't known each other that long, just 5 or 6 years now. But he's quite literally my brother. And you guys, if you any of you guys who are OGs know that we have a good streaming dynamic, and we're gonna have an even better podcasting dynamic. We've actually podcasted before. You want to tell people a little bit about the history of our old podcast?
Oh my goodness, yeah, Spotocast. I almost said Spotto Gaming Podcast, but it was Spotocast, a gaming. I can't remember the actual tagline, but we put a lot of work. Yeah, we put a lot of work into it. We did a lot of episodes, and then we had a bunch that we just when we stopped started slowing down really. We just never released them, but then I don't know, we always took that experience with us for sure, because it taught us a lot of things about, I don't know, just how to do a podcast or edit it in general, and Absolutely. It kind of solidified, I don't know.
I think it helped me with like commentary and stuff like that for like whenever I'm having guests or anything like that on the channel or things like that.
Yeah.
It was good to be able to have that dynamic of conversation. So they're still on Spotify. If you guys go look up Spotocast, like Spot-O-T, like that, it's like a Spot-O-T. It's still on Spotify if you want to listen to these really old recordings of us talking. We were talking about The Mandalorian when that first came out. We were talking about
man.
Full Metal Alchemist. We talked about Star Wars. So to let you know how old this is, it was back when Rise of Skywalker came out.
Yes.
So like that's when we were making these episodes full time. So we really just had a great time and had such a good dynamic. And I remember the reason we stopped. You got Chewy, your doggo, and he was a feisty puppy, so we couldn't really record because he was just being trained and needed that attention. And then COVID hit, so you had your stuff to deal with, I had my stuff to deal with, so it just kind of fell off to the wayside, and I took my channel in a different direction from Variety Gaming.
Sure.
And now we're back here, so we're back to Variety Gaming again, and you have the little bit of time now to be able to do this kind of stuff, so now here we are. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, baby. That's it's all exciting stuff. I don't know, man. I'm just I don't know, it's excited about this kind of going forward. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We have like Fus said, we have a lot of stuff planned. A little action coming y'all's way. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. A little bit of Tyler, a little bit of Fus and Tyler. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a really good time, though, guys. We have a lot of really cool segments that we're planning on talking about. We have a lot of cool things. So I'm expanding the podcast, basically. Sunyshore Station, just so you guys know, is originally a Pokemon podcast, and there's still Pokemon in the logo. It's still a Pokemon title, but I think that it stems farther than that. It's the love of gaming can be extended past Pokemon, and then gaming can extend into other fandoms like anime and movies and TV shows and things like that. And rather than just limiting ourselves, we're going to use this as a stepping stone, and we're going to talk about what we really, 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 really want to talk about. And hopefully you guys will find it interesting and listen to it. So that's what we're doing.
Oh yeah.
Not sure about the release schedule just yet, so just keep an eye on the Discord, which you can always join, the Team Dabbers Discord. Go to my YouTube channel at any time, click on the description. It's always there, and we'll be posting about when Sunyshore Station is posting. So we'll post it probably to Spotify first, and then to YouTube afterwards, so you guys can see the video podcast. Hey, I'm waving to you if you're watching the video podcast, and then if you're listening to this, pretend that I'm waving to you.
Yes, wave back. We'll know.
Yeah, we'll know. We'll know. You better wave. You better wave back. If you don't wave back, we'll find you.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so we're going to talk about gaming and anime and all different kinds of things that we just enjoy talking about. And we already have really good conversations off camera, so we figured put it on camera and put it behind the mic and stuff like that. And we'll figure out, if you guys enjoy the same things we do. So let's talk a little bit about some games. So Tyler, you can, be as generalized as you want with this, or you can be as detailed as you want. We can talk about it in more detail later, but just name off a couple of games that you just really, really, really enjoy, like things that have stuck with you. And you don't have to go into much detail because we can go into that at a later podcast date. But what are some games that have stuck with you?
I really enjoyed the original Call of Duty back in the day, and I really enjoyed some OG stuff like just original Gears of War and Halo. But I also really kind of like puzzle games. One of my favorites, Scratches. I tried to get into Myst. I think it's an excellent game as well, but I didn't really play it that much. I don't know, I like survival shooters. Really kind of anything, to be honest, nowadays. I'm kind of getting into all kinds of indie games, but I do like pretty, more violent games, I guess, but at the same time, it can't, I don't know. It has to be substantive to me to like enjoy it really, because there's a million different gory games out there. Yeah,
I get that.
It's just, I don't know. Yeah, I do like horror games a lot, but I also do like the good old Minecraft. Everyone loves that, honestly. Put your time into those types of like survival games as well. Never really got into Rust. Yeah, Oblivion. Like die hard fan Oblivion, like top,
Waiting for that remake. Waiting for the remake.
Yeah, I hope. One can hope, I can only hope for that remake to occur, but Yeah, we'll see. I'm not gonna get them hopes up too high.
If that ends up happening, that'll be a podcast episode by itself. I know for a fact.
Oh yeah, yeah. I might be playing it while we're, like going over it.
It'll be a gameplay podcast.
For sure. I think it'd be fun. But either way. How about you over there?
For me, I would definitely say that obviously Pokemon has had a huge impact on me. One of the first games that I remember wanting was Pokemon Red version. And obviously Charizard's like such a huge staple in my life. If you haven't seen my Charizard collection, go to any of my streams. Yeah, they do exist. It's a green screen behind me, but it's called a picture. It's this thing where you take a camera and you take a picture of something that you own.
Oh man.
People are like, that's not real. That's just a green screen. I'm like, and I pull down the green screen. I'm like, oh, they are real.
Oh, look, they're just a little bit farther away over there.
they're just out of sight, and I would love them to be in sight, So
yeah.
If you pay a lot of money, you want it to be like high res and not like on the far wall.
Yeah, that makes sense for sure. For sure.
But no, I would say Pokemon is definitely up there. Kingdom Hearts. I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. I love Skyrim. I love Fallout. I never really was I never really was like a Call of Duty person, but I do enjoy some zombies from time to time. I know we played some Left 4 Dead for a little bit. That's always fun.
Oh, that's the cream de la cream of like old zombie style. I love that.
I love it because you can mod the crap out of it too. Like you could make it like Shrek and the Teletubbies and stuff, which is arguably more violent.
Oh my gosh.
Arguably more violent,
More horrifying, at least. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but being chased by Shrek and then an army of Teletubbies, and knowing they're, in fact, on the same side against you is terrifying.
Let's be real, though. Shrek would team up with Teletubbies to attack people. Let's be real.
Yeah, I could see that.
But yeah, that's those are some good games. I also I have to mention this. This is a very, very old game that not many people know about. Or even care about or remember, is Thrillville. Do you remember Thrillville?
Thrillville.
That was it was like Roller Coaster Tycoon, but it was like a story driven one.
I think I might have that in my parents' house still.
I bought it on Steam the other day, and it is so fun to play. It's such crappy graphics for today, but I'm like, this is nostalgia, man. I'm not in it for the graphics right now. I'm in it because I want to build a whoa coaster. I remember when I was in like second grade, and the teacher was sort of like, hey, make an art project. So I made a newspaper for Thrillville. I was like, this is a fake amusement park, but if I was Walt Disney, what would I make?
I feel like I remember doing something like that too, but I recreated the Thievius Raccoonus from Sly Cooper. Yeah, that was one of those.
I love how like your childhood like obsession with games like leaks into the real world in some ways, and like you know what I mean, like that. My mom was like, you're playing too many video games if it's starting to affect your schoolwork. I'm like, I got an A on the project. I don't know what your deal is, Mom. Get off my back. If anything, let me play more so I'm more inspired to do my homework.
One more level. One
more level.
One more, I swear.
Oh, and we could have a full podcast episode on this, Tyler, but your parents telling you to save your game and put it away, or they did not understand the process of saving your game. My mom would be like, turn off your Game Boy. I'm like, I'm in the middle of a Pokemon battle. I can't. She said, save your game. I'm like, I don't have the option to right now.
That's why that SP is appealing, because you can be like,
yeah,
all right, fine, just close, and it's like, you're checking your hand at a poker table.
And then it's like Nintendo read our mind because they had the sleep mode with the DS.
Yeah.
And then it bleeds into, now my mom knows you got to get to a save point. But now, like, I remember bringing my PS4 home while we were still streaming PS4 stuff, and we were playing Fallout 76, and Mom was like, okay, save your game or pause the game. I'm like, this is a live multiplayer game. You can't pause the game.
Yeah, sorry.
You can, but stuff is still happening.
Once again, foiled by the games.
But she's learning. At least it only took 18 years, but she's learning.
Now it's like the opposite way around. Like, if I'm home with my parents, they're both on their iPads, and I'm the only one watching TV anymore. It's just what happened.
Look at us enjoying the moment, not a phone in sight. I always say that. My mom's like, I know you're being smart with me. I'm like, I am being smart with you because you would say that to me.
Oh man.
But yeah, we have a lot of really cool memories and just nostalgia and, you know, so many things to talk about. This podcast is going to be really great. I'm really excited that we're revamping it and we're bringing it back to you. I think you're going to enjoy a lot of the things that Tyler and I have to talk about. We're going to have community polls on my Discord and on my YouTube and everything like that. So if you guys want to be a part of that, like I said, go and check out that stuff because we're going to be asking some questions along with it. Tyler and I are going to be doing some really cool little competitions with each other. And you guys are going to have some community involvement and we'll be able to talk about that kind of stuff. So pretty excited about that kind of stuff. Is there anything in particular you're excited for, Tyler? I think the battles that we're going to be doing, I won't give away too many details, but those are going to be a really fun thing. What do you think?
I'm just excited for the whole shebang. You know, when someone asks you, like, what's your favorite part of a cheeseburger? And I'm like, the whole thing. Like, the whole thing, you know?
Because if you say the cheese, then somebody's going to bring out a plate of cheese. If you say the burger, somebody brings you a burger. Now, hamburger steak is still a thing. But if you say the bun, then somebody brings you a bun. You know, it has to work together. It's got to meld together, Tyler. I'm really excited, though, man. We're going to have such a good time. There's going to be so many cool things that we get to do. And I'm excited to share it with you guys. It's cool to bring it back. And I think that this is going to just really add to the variety of the channel. We're taking it in a new direction that I think is a positive direction.
Indeed. We're
going to have such a good time, man. This is going to be an awesome time. And I'm hoping that this intro just shows the dynamic that you guys are going to be able to hear from us. We're going to have a lot of really cool things for you guys. I don't want to spoil them here, but we got some really cool things. Some not just things that would be clickbaity. I think titles that actually would be interesting topics to listen to. I think titles that would be actually intriguing topics, and I think that people actually would care about. So we're gonna have some really cool, really fun topics and really cool ideas. And then we're going to take suggestions from you guys. We're going to have some guests on the podcast in the future. Like we said, we got to get Oil Swan on here. Got to get Waka.
Definitely get Walker on here.
Even if it's just for like a quick little interview, you know? I wonder what his like you know, camera presence will be.
Probably just like the camera facing up from the table. Forget that's on.
He doesn't have a tripod, so it's just his chin. If you guys know, if you have ever listened to Walker before, you know that would check out with him. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. He's so funny to be around. Hilarious. But we're gonna have to have him on. We're gonna have to talk with him. We'll have to get Andrew on too. That'd be fun.
Yeah, we have. There's not gonna be any shortage of people we can have on, and I don't know. Between both of us, we can get some pretty interesting stuff going. So.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to get. I definitely want to get some other YouTubers on too. We can like pick their brains about their YouTube experience and things.
Yeah.
Well, I think this was a great conversation today, Tyler. Are there any closing thoughts or things that you want to tell the people before we get going and before we wrap up for today?
Nope. Just keep a weather eye on them socials, because we'll keep you apprised in the future.
That's right. Do you want to plug any social media? Is there anything you're actively using you want people to find out about?
Not really. Yeah, nothing I'm really particularly proud to push out there. Just have to be around.
You guys don't know this. Tyler's a very humble man. He's a great photographer. So I was just wondering if that was what he wanted to push. But nope. He's a private guy too. He's humble. He's private. So hey, that might change. That might change one day. He might have like an Instagram or something to plug later. So we'll find out. And we'll share it with you as soon as we find out.
Yeah, we'll see.
But you can find me on YouTube at FusRoDab. That is FusRoDab. There are spaces in between. It's 3 separate words. You can also find me on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, X, whatever they call it now. I don't know. I don't really use that anymore. You can find it at the FusRoDab, all one word. The is THE, just in case you didn't know how to spell that. I'm kidding. I'm just being funny. But yeah, we're going to have some really good stuff, guys. I think that's about it from us, though. So this has been Sunyshore Station. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Sunyshore Station.